Hi guys. Does anybody else do this when they can't get comfy on the sofa and trying to like lean over on the coffee table? Do they just sit on the floor and pull the coffee table towards them so you can work better? I hope the mic's okay because hopefully editing me is going to work wonders on it because I've forgotten my Rode mic. So I've never just used the mic that's on the iPhone. So this is going to be new for me to edit. So we'll see how that's going. This is also the first time I'm filming me. So hopefully it's not too awkward. But yeah, I'm currently in an Airbnb in Blewberry for work reasons, for architecture. So yeah, I've got a day off today and I thought, seeing as it's January 1st, a new year, hello 2024, and Happy New Year to everybody. I hope this year is successful and productive and happy, creative year for everyone. So yeah, I thought I'd share a little bit of journaling with you guys in commonplacing as well, because there's a few bits from sort of the in-between time of Christmas and New Year's that I sort of want to put in my new books, my new Hobonichis. So yeah, come on, let me show you the setup, my portable setup. Because obviously I'm not in my studio, so I don't have everything to hand. So I've literally just put some stuff together in hope that it's enough. That's always the worry with me, like, have I brought enough? But we shall see. So come on, join me. Let's see what I'm going to do in my commonplacing and journaling today. Okay, so I've managed to put 2 books in this beautiful cover that was from the Arch and Olive December subscription box with these beautiful moon, stars and clouds that are embossed on this sort of champagne coloured cover with a metallic enclosure. So as we open it up, we first come to the first book, which is the Hobonichi Day 3, and then inside it what I've done is slotted the card case that I got with my Hobonichi order. Again, I'll leave a link in the description for that video if you want to see my Hobonichi unboxing. And what I use this card case for is just simply putting all my stickers in that I know I'm going to use. So I know I'm going to be commonplacing about the doll's house that I'm building, and also a little bit about notebook therapy and some memory keeping and some Glasgow stickers because I'll be in Glasgow in a couple of days. So I've got those, but also the great thing about this card thing is it is the perfect size to slot in the Hobonichi stencils, which I didn't know about until obviously I got the bits and I was like, I wonder if that, because I didn't think the stencils were going to be this small. I thought they were going to be bigger, like maybe this size, which is an A7, but these are obviously an A8, or probably just a little bit smaller than that. But they fit perfectly in there, and I've got 3 of them in there, and because they're so thin and flexible, they don't really bulk up this at all. With this card slot, the first 2 slots, you've actually got full A7 sized access there, so you can put bigger stickers or a photo or something there as well. I've also got my other Midori stencil that I've had since June on there as well, but obviously as time goes on that'll get used as a bookmark as well. So that's the first thing I have slotted in there. And the second thing I have slotted in there is my double-sided stick tape. Just so I've got sticky tape on the go and it's quite flat rather than bringing a roll with me. And then I've also got a stencil that sort of got hidden a little bit, so I've not used it as much, but hopefully I'll remember it now. And this is just by Paper Poetry. And I believe this stencil, in fact, is it? Let's just check. Yes, this stencil's more set up for the 0.5 dot grid notebooks, but perhaps some of these squares and things I could use anyway in the numbers. But if I don't use this within the next 6 months, I'll put it in my stash and see if I'll use it for something else. But I've just put it in here just to see if I will use it. So let's just slap those back in there. So even though they just slot in there, they're pretty sturdy in there. They're not going to move, especially when it's all closed together. So as I said, the first book is just a day 3 Hobonichi. I've literally not done anything in here yet. I've got my other stencil in there as a bookmark. So yeah, I'll be using this as my general commonplacing book. And then we flip to the Hobonichi Techo 24 cousin, which is the AVAC, January to June. So that's why, oh, one little sticker's come out there. So that's why it's quite thin and I can have 2 books together. Whereas if I just had the cousin, it would only fit just the cousin in here. But I like having 2 separate books. So yeah, I've done a little bit of setup in here so far. Some of my to-do lists, some bits and bobs, my, what are they called again? I forgot what they're called. Pencil board, there we go, pencil board. Remember that woman in that. And then I've also used the stickers that I got, index stickers. And then I'm also using some of the Midori copper metallic ones as well. So then on the back of this one, I've got another one of these photograph ones, which again, I'm using for stickers because at the moment, the transparent index ones that I got fit in there quite well. It sticks out a little bit at the top, but I know in future that when I'm making stickers for myself, to make them this A7 size so they can easily slot in here and I can carry them with me. But I also want to keep a few of these clear anyway, just in case I pick up receipts or postcards or whatever, you know, along the way, so then I can stick them in at a later date. I've got my pen, Hobonichi pen in there. I've not actually brought my, what are they called again? What are they called? The ones that you can rub out. Flexitrons? Frictions. Pilot frictions, I think they are. Where you can rub them out. Which I do really like, but I've actually run out of my black one because I've got like a multicolored one. And on there, the black one's run out. I'm actually quite surprised by that. I thought the green would go out first, but no, it's the black one. So I need to reorder some of them. But not only that, I actually quite like the pens that are in the Hobonichi pen. Now, it does say on here that it is uni. So I'm assuming it's some sort of uniball. Now, the only thing that I can see that matches this kind of ballpoint that on any of their uniballs is the Jetstream one. So I'm going to get hold of a Jetstream pen and see if I can put any replacements in here. So if anyone knows of any other refill that should be in these, by all means let me know, even though I did get quite a few of these. But I do really like them on the paper and I write quite nicely with them, so I'm quite impressed by just the pen that Hobonichi gave us for free basically. And it's got 3 colours, black, blue and red. I would prefer green, so if I could swap one out for a green that would be lovely. But then the other things I've got in here are some more Archery and Olive stencils. I've not yet used this one. This came in the December subscription box as well, and I've not yet used it. And it's where you can make your trackers. And then you've got some bigger icons here. And then I've got my usual stencil that I love for like swatching colours and things. So I'll see how we get on with them because they just slot in there so nicely without any real issues. And then I've just got some Hobonichi stickers and then some Forever Piper's Art from her shop from quite a while ago, so I'm going to use a couple of them, so I'm still going to use those up. So that's why I'll just keep some extra sticker sheets if I need them, the ones that don't fit in any of these little booklets. So yeah, even though it's not an official Hobonichi cover, it still works pretty well so far. So far. It could change in the future. So we'll just see how we go. But this is my setup, my travel setup for 2024. Obviously, I've got much more access to stuff when I'm at home. But yeah, so hopefully this is going to serve me well. So let's go on with doing some journaling. Now, as I've said, because I'm not at home, I don't have my overhead camera, which I've just looked back at the footage of me sat talking to you underneath the coffee table, and I've realized I was hitting the table and making this camera shake. That is why I do have an overhead camera that is not attached to the table, because I'm talking with my hands all of the times and I'm tapping on things, and I've tried not doing it, but I then get really stiff and sound like a robot when I'm talking. So it's just like, okay, stick the camera somewhere where it's not going to shake. So I'm going to have to find a way to sort of put the camera at the side without interrupting anything and making it shake while I'm journaling. The other thing is as well, as I said before, I don't have my Rode mic, so hopefully editing me is going to be able to make the sound okay. But there is a lot of wind and rain here at the moment. I mean, I'm in Oxfordshire, Blewberry, so it's the south of the country, and it's really windy and rainy here. So I can only imagine what it's like up north. Which I will be heading north in a couple of days to Glasgow for my birthday trip. So very excited about that. I also need to plan for it as well. All I've done is booked an Airbnb and my train ticket. I've not actually booked where I'm going or what I'm doing, but of course I'm intending to do as many Macintosh buildings as I possibly can squeeze into that trip. I'll put some clips and things about that in the next archives episode. Or I might do a separate video on Glasgow. I'll just see how much footage I can get of Glasgow. Hopefully quite a bit. But at the moment, I'm only relying on my iPhone. So it's going to be interesting to see how long it lasts and how I get on with just using my iPhone. Because my Olympus cameras are very much dying. I've had them a long time, but I need to look at the January sales for a new camera. I kind of have an idea of what camera I would like next, but whether I can afford it or not is a different question. And a different issue entirely. So we'll just have to see how that one pans out. So enough of my rambles. Let's get back to doing some commonplacing and journaling.